handling renters by, potential renters if they live out of the country and they don't have a social security number. It can be a little bit hard. By the way, don't smoke, everybody. Thanks, and welcome back to the Amazing Education channel. So yeah, the topic is, how do you verify that you have good applicants for your rental property? And this is the number one way to achieve $1 million net worth, is to have real estate and have somebody else pay for it by renting it out. And you can even rent a less expensive place for yourself or your family. So it's going to really benefit you. So how do you verify when somebody's applying to live at your house, but they're not American citizens? So here's a clue. If they're going to graduate school and getting a job, they would need to apply for a social security number. So if they're working, they do need to have a number. They should already have one. If they claim to not have one, it's a big red flag. So also, what you can do is get income and bank statements. So then you could verify with the bank, call, they're probably not falsified. That's going pretty far. It would be quite strange for somebody to do that, but well, who knows? They might be pretending. Maybe they're not really a foreign person at all. But if they are, and they're claiming to have the money, they don't have a social security number, well, you can have them prove that they have the income. Use letters of acceptance to graduate school programs or businesses where they claim to work, and so on. Now you might be asking, well, why should I do this? Well, so besides having almost passive income when somebody pays you the rent, you might have to do just a few hours of work each year, especially if you have a property manager. And there you go, you can have incredible income, like an extra $1,000 a month, just because you moved out of a house, or you could even rent part of the house. You don't even have to move out. And then you can be financially secure and not worry, do you have money to pay for medical bills? And are you going to live on the street? Are you going to work yourself to ill health? Please like, thumbs up, and subscribe. These ideas are going to help you if you don't already have these ideas. All right. But so you might run into this situation where you have to check out renters, and don't just let anybody rent your place, especially not your friends. You want to make trouble with a friendship. They say a good way to lose your friends is to live with them, because everyone has different habits, and you don't necessarily get along, but you're less polite with your friends than you are with somebody that you don't know. So you have some friends, and then they move in, you move in together, and suddenly you discover, oh, I don't like this person, I don't like what they do, they make bad decisions, and so on. So yeah, so I don't recommend renting to friends. Plus, you're not gonna look at their income. It's your friend, of course they're gonna be fine. Well, what if they can't pay? Suddenly they have trouble. That's not good. So when you're renting, you need to do a background check. I'm like an unpaid promoter for SmartMove, which is run either by TransUnion. I think it's the TransUnion, not insurance, credit agency, one of the two big credit bureaus in the United States. By the way, this is not financial, legal, or medical advice. Okay, but yeah, so use SmartMove. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. But you need a social security number, and actually you never see it, but it's your possible renters. They go in there and they need that to do a background check, credit check, and eviction history and criminal history check. And without a social security number, you can't use Smart Move, and you get nowhere. So then, but if somebody's going to be a graduate student, they're usually smarter and diligent to get to that point in the United States graduate schools, you know. So if you can prove they've, especially in a PhD program, wow, you know. Now they might be dumb with houses, and you might have to even teach them how to, this is, you might not believe it, but even teach them how to use the toilet properly, because you throw too much paper, or you put paper towels, or throw garbage down the toilet because you don't know. It's different countries don't have the toilets that America has, and they don't even use toilet paper in India and some other countries. That's right, they use water to wash their butts. So they don't know how much paper is going to clog a toilet, and then the toilet's clogged, they don't even know what to do. So you could have, you know, headaches that you never expected because of these out-of-country renters. But they could be wonderful people and still, you know, be much more reliable paying the rent, much more reliable than the average person in the United States. And so I still would recommend going with these international people, as long as they're not from some country that is like promoting censorship, or is the most populated on the planet, and it's ruining the environment, and, you know, violating human rights, doesn't allow real property ownership and things like that. You know, I don't know that we want to help these people out. So you got to think about that with your decisions. But on the other hand, you have to follow the local regulations. You can't always avoid renting. In a way, you're almost a public corporation in the choices that you make when you have a rental house, in a way. And you have to follow certain non-discriminatory guidelines. So be careful. All right, take care.